with their son's life-altering injuries after a tragic accident at a rock climbing. What happened?
Disaster is about to strike.
Now, tonight on Inside Edition, as I was reporting earlier, this young man falls from the top after climbing up on a rock climbing type play thing, right? Play area, I guess, right?
Boy climbs one of those wildly popular rock walls.
Rock walls, right?
As the 8-year-old kid reaches the top of the illuminated wall, suddenly he free falls 24 feet to the concrete floor below. You hear a
Now, my barracks was over 30 feet tall, right? If you stretch your body out, that's over about the same distance he fell.
Then the cries of his distraught mom.
Oh my God! Oh my God! He was unconscious, and I was holding him in my arms, and he had this blank stare. But then he started screaming, "Am I gonna die? Am I gonna die?"
Aaron and Gideon Brewer's son George wore a harness.
Now, he was also conscious. I was knocked the hell out.
But they say they realized too late there was no safety rope.
They never attached them.
And see, he had no safety rope, and I didn't either, but again, I was jumping off of trailers and stuff like that, in Georgia, or trees even, right? And I didn't think of it like a big deal, right?
There was no rope. We had no idea that they never attached the rope.
But I also assumed I was blacked out by hitting the side of the building, right? Because the thick concrete window ledge, right, could have been slippery when I let go of the roof, right?
George let go, thinking he'd repel down. This is the safety feature little George thought he was connected to. When he made it to the top of the wall, he was supposed to just let go, safely repel down.
Right.
He fell, hit the ground hard. Also, he fell on concrete. And as you can see, this is soft padding. Miraculously, George survived, but he suffered several broken bones, a concussion, and has undergone 3 surgeries. He was confined to a wheelchair for 2 months. He recently...
2 months. I was out the hospital in 6 weeks on crutches. This is an 8-year-old boy, right? Do you get it? Right.
Recently took his first steps back home in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and needed a walker. Now the popular tourist attraction, Navy Pier in Chicago, is facing a lawsuit.
Damn right.
They did not follow fundamental safety.
Oh my God! Navy Pier tells us they don't comment on pending litigation, but in the incident report, a manager said George was told not to climb, but went up anyway without the rope attached to the harness. His parents say that's not true. On a much happier note, it's been more than half a century since a...
Okay. But you see what I mean, right? Now, I showed you the injuries. You don't even want to see them, do you, right? If you don't look at it the first time, there ain't no point in keep posting it, right? Okay. If this is supposed to be from a 3-story fall, too, right? Now, I can't show you his injuries, right? They don't even really name the boy, do they, right? So it's kind of a non-disclosed story, right? Now, they say they told him not to climb, right? The parents were there, so do you tell the boy and the parents, or just the boy and the parents? See, right. That's why that's the person who was running that part of the rock climbing, right, for the entertainment of the kid, right? The young child is responsible over the parents, right? Okay, you don't just tell the kid not to climb and then watch him start climbing with the parents, right? You tell the parents, hey, he needs to wait a few minutes here, right? If he starts climbing, right? Exactly. Yeah. Well, I also told the line officer I had to use a gymnastic move to get onto the roof, right? So they don't just not investigate it, right? I told you that too. It's being investigated and it was found in the line of duty. That ain't up to you, right? Why, though, you ask? Well, I was locked out the room and there was no master key, right? They put all the psych patients on the highest floor in the building, which was the 3rd floor, right? And, right, didn't think we could get locked out. Anyone, mentally ill or not, can accidentally get locked out the room. But the problem is they found the key in the room the next day, but no money, right? There was $250 in the room plus my ID, right? See, like I told you, I wouldn't even call my ex-wife except if I needed a shirt, and I wouldn't even go with her off base. Why? One, right? I just need a shirt, right? Two. If I go with her, I might not get back on base, right? She was already left me shirted in Tennessee, and I don't know why, right? See, that's the problem, right? In a nutshell. If your ex-wife leaves you stranded, and she don't even say she's sorry, pretty much, right? Or invite you back in the bedroom and you're on the couch for 4 days, right? You're making sure she's not so angry with you that she don't want to end the relationship, right? That's why you're on the couch, right? Now, if you're on the couch until the daughter gets back from staying with her dad, right? She's done with you. Right. She had 4 days to make it up to me or tell me she was sorry, right? She instead let me sleep on the couch. What would that tell you? She only married you because her mom made you marry her. Right. Now, I didn't marry her not trying to work it out, right? But you can also tell when you're right in front of someone, Sheena, right? And that's the point to her, not shit to shit, right? If something's wrong or not, for real, right? See, anyone can write you from my ship. I even tried to send you a note that I was going on a tour to try and meet up with you. And what happened was I thought you got the note and I was trying to meet up with you. Right. Too, right? The problem is I didn't see the guy again, right, who I gave the note to either, right? So I was a bit, out there by that point too, and I had done heard the voices. I know. In fact, I heard them the first day on port then. We were back in Sicily, or in Sicily for the first time, right? And I still managed to get back to the ship. But that's when I started hearing the voices too, right? I know. See, that's the problem. See, that makes it medical. And I didn't report hearing voices the whole time. Not to anyone else. I was having the sleeping issue still, right? Of course, from Great Lakes, right? Which happened in the school. But the difference is we also started having to do duty, right? See, up until then we were working in the kitchen, right? And we had a schedule, right? A time to get up, a time to sleep, a time to get up, a time to sleep, right? And time off in between, right? It was like a regular job, right? So what happened though is we started doing duty, right? When we got to A school, right? And that's when I started noticing I was falling asleep in class a little bit, right? And didn't want it to become an issue and thought it might have had to do with a car wreck. Again, right? Because I kind of started falling a little bit asleep in school a little bit afterwards in the 11th grade, right? Now, I completed the 10th grade and finished my test to pass school itself, right? So that's why I went ahead when I turned 18 and got my GED and just tried to start working at Revco, right? And then I was just kind of hopping from one job to another, and then when I turned 20, there was no real prospects, right? I met a recruiter when I was about 19 in the summer of 89, I think, right? Mm-hmm. And then by 90, I was in the Navy, right? I joined February 20th, 1990, right? So the whole summer, I know, I'm going through the process of joining the Navy. Did the ASVAB, did this, did that, right? Went to MEPS, got accepted, right? Mm-hmm. It's also timing, right? One dude told me he was one of the last guys to be accepted who had a GED, and that the military was starting to cut back on people coming in who just had a GED, right? I know. Especially the Navy, right? I don't know about the Army or Marines or Coast Guard or Air Force, but I know. At least that's what I heard, right? Right. Okay.